This guy was the bodyguard for John Jones and Frank Mir. Okay, I don't know what that means or how it translates, but it's cool. Okay,
It sounds like a pretty chill job. I'm sure he's not doing much.
Yeah.
Being the lifeguard, right, during the Olympics, right?
This is the first time in the world you've ever picked somebody over 35, which is crazy. But
You know, Cejudo, he's giving it out for the short kings out there, you know?
6 inches. Agin, how does 6 inches compare to 7 inches?
6'7". You got some familiarity with that, right?
It would be nice to have that extra inch.
It would be.
It's not mandatory, though. You know?
I think
But man, these other fighters from other promotions, man, I'm done. I'm done going with them. Let's go, Brandon. I hope he gets a new Lego set when he wins. Like, let's go, B.
But, you know, like, I love the story. I just love how this has all worked. Like, he's going to knock Pantoja out, and Disney's going to make a movie about this. So I love those odds. I love that bet. That's probably what I'll ride with as well, too, because I just feel like that's his personality. He put $20 on it. It's going to get you $1,500.
Let's go. Let's go.
This one in.
Oh, that's crazy
Yeah.
because, I mean, I'm all... Welcome to the Denver Sports Betting Show UFC edition. Boys, we got UFC 323, the final big event of the year and the final pay-per-view of the historic pay-per-view run. Man, this card is stacked top to bottom. I mean, we should just start up with the main card. Let's talk about Jan Blachowicz, Polish Power, taking on Bogdan Guskov. Taylor, who you got in this one?
They say Polish Power with Jan, but like, when's the last time he finished someone or even knocked someone down? So I got Bogdan at plus 110 right here. I really like this. It's young versus old, and I got young in this one.
Okay. I think they just call it Polish Power because it sounds so good. Yeah, I don't know how much power the old man's got, but Ryan, who you got in this one?
Going opposite. Give me the old man strength. Give me Jan.
Okay, I like it. Agin, talk to me.
I got Guskov.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have differing opinions. I'm going to go with old man Jan Blachowicz.
There we go.
I mean, the guy's just built like a truck. Like, give me the old truck. You know, it always just starts when it needs to. It's not going to be fancy, but he gets the job done. Taylor, how come you're going with Guskov?
I just think the chances are higher that he wins. Jan, if he gets it done, I think it's going to be a decision, right, where his experience takes over. This is the first time in the world you've ever picked somebody over 35, which is crazy. But I think Jan, definitely has a chance. But this guy's up and coming. All the momentum's based on him. He's a flashy fighter. He's younger. He's more active. I just think he's able to kind of seal the deal. And Jan did come off good, though, because he had that split decision against Olberg, who's now going to be fighting for the title. But let's go with the young guy here. I think he's going to take it.
Okay. So you are right. Ryan does usually like him young, but today he likes him old. How come Jan Blachowicz?
Just his experience, man. Power, grappling. Just I feel like everything he has over him. Guskov, man, he hits, man. That guy's got power, but he kind of slows down towards the end of fight. So, yeah, I'm going Jan with this.
This guy was the bodyguard for John Jones and Frank Mir. Okay, I don't know what that means or how it translates, but it's cool. Okay,
It sounds like a pretty chill job. I'm sure he's not doing much.
Yeah, I would sign up for that job.
Being the lifeguard, right, during the Olympics, right?
It's a job. Agin, you went with Guskov. Tell me why.
Guskov, man, I like that plus money on Guskov. He's a powerful guy, young. And we've been seeing a lot of UFC vets lately get knocked out. And Guskov, he knocks out a lot of his opponents. So, and I love Jan, but I think Guskov could finish him.
Okay. Let's talk about pedigree, though. So Jan Blachowicz, I mean, he's fought the best of the best. Your guy, your GOAT, Ankalaev, went to a draw. How does that happen?
Ankalaev won that fight. Rewatch it.
No, I'm looking at the UFC website. It says right here, decision draw.
The real UFC fighters know who won. The casuals will think it was a draw. So
yeah, but I mean, he went to a split decision with Alex Pereira, and then, like you said, a decision against Carlos Olberg, who's probably #1 contender right now. So the pedigree for Blachowicz is there. How is his up-and-comer going to get it done, Taylor?
The only way he gets it done is by finish. And Jan, I don't think, has been finished in a long time, if ever. And so that's hard to do. But again, he's aging. I think now is the time that Yan could get finished if he does get finished. But that's the only way. I think experience takes over, even though it's a 3-round fight. Jan's experience will take over if it goes to a decision. So he has to catch him on the feet somewhere. I think it'll be an exciting fight.
It will be an exciting fight, and I will be tuned in. We will be tuned in to Henry Cejudo, Triple C, Triple Cringe. His last bout, he already said this is his last one. He will be taking on Payton Talbott. Taylor, who gets this one?
So, yeah, my pick on this one is Henry Cejudo, but the bet is for the fight not to go the distance.
Okay, Henry Cejudo, you're going with the baby. Ryan, who wins this one?
Yeah, give Cejudo. He's giving it out for the short kings out there.
Well, they're short kings and there's tiny children. 5'4" versus 5'10" for Payton Talbott. That is huge.
Crazy.
The reach is going to be 70 inches versus 64. So that is about 6 inches. Agin, how does 6 inches compare to 7 inches?
6, 7. You got some familiarity with that, right?
When it comes to this one, how does that differ when you have 6 inches versus 7 inches?
Hey man, I think Cejudo's age is gonna show in this one.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that extra inch.
It would be.
It's not mandatory though.
I think Talbot gets it done.
Okay, I'm with you there. Payton Talbot gets it done. I just don't see an aging Henry Cejudo. He has not looked good in many, many years, and I mean, we know him as a GOAT wrestler. I mean, like a American hero type wrestler, a UFC great, obviously. But when it really comes down to it, he just really hasn't been the same. He asked UFC for a whole bunch of money, and ever since then, I don't think he's won a fight. No. He hasn't gotten a knockout since like 2021. So I'm going to have to go with Payton Talbot here, but you went with Henry Cejudo. Tell me why.
So that's my pick. That's what I want to see win. I don't think that's who wins, though. Okay. That's why the bet is for the fight not to go the distance. When I first looked at this fight, though, it looked good. Henry Cejudo is a very accomplished wrestler. And then Talbot gave up 8 takedowns to Barcelos and almost 10 minutes of control time. So I looked at that at first, and I was like, hey, Henry Cejudo could maybe get this done. Man, I watched his own YouTube series of leading up to this. Bro, he complaining about being in training every single day, saying this hurts, that hurts, talking about how hard it is, talking about how it's his last fight. He's not attached to the victory. He's just attached to doing his best, and he's coming back off that eye injury and all this stuff. So I would like to see him win just to see him get one. But, yeah, I think Talbot's going to be too big and too powerful, and it really shakes up everything if Talbot wins this and then if there's an upset later up on the card as well.
Yeah, for sure. There's lots of implications for that future title contention. You went with Henry Cejudo. Talk to me.
Man, I just got to go with the pedigree. I know he hasn't looked great at all. But if this is going to be his last fight, I'm hoping he's putting it all out there. Hopefully this isn't like a Tony Ferguson kind of run. Hopefully he goes out on top.
Yes, sir, boy.
I think he's going to fare a lot worse than Tony Ferguson, unfortunately. You were the only Talbot picker besides me. How come you're going Talbot?
Well, I think he's been staying active, Cejudo, he doesn't fight that much, he's getting older, and Talbot, he looked good his last fight. I mean, we saw the fight before that, everyone thought, he got fraud checked. But the last fight, he looked good, so I think he's going to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, those extra inches really matter. Henry Cejudo, if you told me right now, and he signed it in blood, and I knew it was going to happen, that he was just going to go out there and shoot 15 takedowns, get as many as he could, and make it a wrestling match, I'd take it all day. I think he's going to go out there, try to earn a fight bonus. It's his last one. He's going to go out there and try to throw some hands, and that's a bad day. Yeah. I just don't want that for him. He's one of the GOATs, undeniably. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But he just doesn't really stand a chance, unfortunately. But speaking of a much closer fight, this one has my attention. Brandon Moreno taking on Tatsuro Taira. Brandon Moreno, oh man, it's going to be a good one. He always puts on a banger. Who wins this one, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm super excited for this fight, but I got Brandon Moreno on this one.
Okay, Ryan.
Go Moreno too.
All right.
Moreno on this one.
Oh, Moreno across the board. I got Moreno as well. I think he just, again, has the pedigree. And I mean, when I talk about somebody who goes out there and fights for your dollar, your hard-earned money that you're wagering on this guy, I mean, the guy just will not quit. He has that Mexican pedigree. He's just got the dog in him. How does Brandon Moreno get it done?
Yeah, just like you said, he has that dog in him, right? So I think he just outpoints him here. Probably goes to a decision because it's a 3-round fight. Brandon's used to fighting 5-round fights. That's my only concern here, is that he kind of takes too long to get active. But I think he's going to be aware of that. I think his coaches are aware of that. So I think he gets off to a hot start. And then Taira just took his loss to Brandon Royval, right? Brandon Royval is definitely one of the best in the entire world in that weight division. But man, these other fighters from other promotions, man, I'm done. I'm done going with them. Let's go, Brandon. I hope he gets a new Lego set when he wins. Like, let's go, B.
Ryan, how does Brandon get it done?
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a decision. He's gonna grind it out, but like it's too close. Like for those odds, give me the plus money. You got to go plus money here. Like it just makes sense since it is so close of a fight. So he's that dog, like you guys said, and it's gonna be a dope fight.
It is. What's up? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think he's going to keep the pressure on him, the entire fight. I know he starts out slow the first couple of rounds, but he's going to keep the pressure going, and the experience is going to show, The last, I don't know how many fights, he's just fought dogs, you know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight, though.
Always fighting dogs. I mean, I'm just looking at it here. Kai Kara France, he fought for a title. Davidson Figueiredo, former title champion. Pantoja, the current champion. Brandon Royval. Albazi, he's okay. Ursay, I mean, that's another dog right there. So Brandon Moreno, he just goes out there and fights the best of the best and just puts on a show every single time. There is a path to victory for Taira. That's why I think it's a little bit closer. If it does go to the ground, I think that is the one path to victory for Taira. If it does, how does he fare?
I think he does all right, but I think Brandon's aware of that. Brandon's been training at the UFC PI down in Mexico. He's been having a great camp. I think he's going to look fine on the ground. And again, I'm going to pick Brandon in that situation, again, with all the experience he's had. Yep. I mean, how many times has he fought Pantoja? Yeah. Like, he's been in there with some of the best on the ground that I think Brandon will be all right.
I 100% agree. But speaking of Pantoja, we have the flyweight title belt, the UFC championship of the world. Alexandre Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. The quick riser in Joshua Van is taking on Pantoja, the well-established champion. Who wins, Taylor?
So my pick for this one is Pantoja.
Okay.
Give me Van.
You had to think about it.
I know. He's the UFC's darling right now, Like everybody wants to see him win, so I got to go Van.
He is. Agin, tell me who.
Pantoja.
Okay. I got to go with Pantoja as well. The fight line is really, really odd to me. I think this fight should be a lot closer than the line number reads. And that just tells me that the line makers know something that we don't, that they're looking into this a little bit further than we are. Because, Joshua Van, he's dangerous. I mean, the man is a straight killer. You went with Pantoja. How does he get it done?
Yeah, so I think just experience here gets it done. It's his 5th title defense. But my bet for this one is I'll take a flyer on Joshua Van by KO at plus 500, because if he gets it done, it's going to be a knockout. He's calling for a knockout inside of the first 3 rounds. That's his method for victory here. He has got all the hype behind him. He's been training for a handful of years. Like, this would be his moment, right? This would be cool to see. But Pantoja has great fight IQ. No one's been able to touch him. He's the lighter version of Merab. He's the lighter version of all these dominant champions. He's threatening Demetrius Johnson's record for being the most dominant flyweight in history. I just think he gets it done, but I think Joshua does have a good enough fight that he comes back and has another title shot soon.
Yeah.
I was watching some of the interviews this week, and Joshua Van said something that was a little bit concerning to me when he was getting asked about getting a title shot so early. His response was, well, what do you want me to do? Sit around for another couple of years until I'm ready? Yeah. I'm like, bro, you don't think you're ready? You're going up against a straight killer right now. Yeah. I mean, he is the UFC's darling. You picked him to win the fight. How does he win?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be knockout. But like I love the story. I just love how this has all worked. Like he's gonna knock Pantoja out, and Disney's gonna make a movie about this. Like it's that great of a story. No, but it's gonna be tough, man. Pantoja has, like he's schooled every single person that's gone against him. But I'm on that hype train. I think Van has it, and he's gonna go out there. He has nothing to lose, so like he can go out there and just throw him. And if he loses, like people aren't gonna think anything of it. So I think that's the perfect position you want to be in. So just go throw it out there, and hopefully one lands.
And that is his path to victory, right? So he's got the significant striking advantage over Alexandre Pantoja. My concern in this whole thing that has me leaning more towards Pantoja. Pantoja is fighting about every 6 months. Joshua Van is fighting a lot more than that. I heard a crazy stat today. He's absorbed 300 significant strikes this year.
That's crazy.
Getting hit 300 times in 1 year, you can't tell me he's at 100%. So that has me a little bit worried. But
290 of those are probably in the Royval fight.
Literally, yeah. I wouldn't doubt a significant portion because that was an absolute banger. You were the other Alexandre Pantoja selector of this panel. How did he get it done?
Well, he's gonna take the fight to the ground, probably pretty early into the first round. I think Van is gonna get overwhelmed by that. So Pantoja's gonna do what he's gonna do.
He is gonna do it.
Is that gonna be bad though? Like all these champs, like the past, and like they all just take him to the ground, and like that seems to be the strategy for how many champs right now? It's crazy.
I mean, 3/4 of them. I mean, there's really no heavyweight. I mean, who else is just going to go out there and knock you out?
Yeah,
it's all wrestlers. It's crazy. I mean, maybe Ilia Topuria is the only one.
Yeah,
that's going to go out there and throw some hands.
Alex.
Yeah, you're right. Alex is the other. So yeah, 2.
It's wild.
2 out of 7. How many divisions are there? It's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, Pantoja here gets it done, in my opinion. If it does, like you said, it's going to be a great story for Joshua Van. Probably one of the quickest rises that we've ever seen. Speaking of takedowns, the takedown king, Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan for the championship of the world. Taylor, who wins this one?
So I got Merab all day in this one. For the bet, I like it to the fight not to go the distance, which is currently a plus 265, or Merab by submission, which is plus 800.
Oh, that's crazy because I mean, I'm all over Merab decision. That's like an automatic button for me. Just Prince money, Merab decision, Merab decision. How does it get it done? Or who do you got to win?
I got Merab. I'm going Merab.
Yeah, can we all agree?
Yeah, I got Merab as well.
Merab. You said something pretty interesting, fight not to go the distance. How does Merab get it done inside the distance?
Well, I just think he's newly focused on trying to get the finish, right, ever since finishing O'Malley. And he almost finished Corey. Like, he almost knocked him out on his feet. So I think he's really going to go out here to try to make a statement in the second fight with Peter. And I think he's going to get the finish by submission. I think he's going to go out here and really want to show people that, hey, he's not just winning fights and dominating people, he's also finishing them. I've watched a bunch of his fight week stuff, and he's like even throwing jabs at some of these other champions, saying like, oh, like, he's like, I wrestle, but I wrestle to finish and stuff like that. And I think he gets it done here, man. He's spent so much more time in the octagon with Yan this time than before, and I just don't think Peter's had enough time to catch up on him.
I don't think really anybody catches up to Merab. I mean, the guy's just relentless.
He shot 50 takedowns in their last fight.
That's wild.
This will be his 4th title defense.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean,
it's the record, right?
Yeah. If he defends it successfully, that will be the record. The man's just a machine. He's crazy. I mean, we'll probably never see something like it. I have kind of heard rumblings that the UFC is maybe a little bit not as excited with Merab and just the constant takedowns. You know, they want to see knockouts. They want to feed the fans what they want to see. But Merab is undoubtedly a great champion. How does he get it done?
I think that's crazy that they're not happy with him out of everyone. Like, I love his personality. Like, some of the other ones I feel are boring. Like, I never feel like that with Merab. I feel like they're fun. They're exciting. I think the same thing here is like, he seems like he's a fan pleaser. So he's going to want to go in there, like you said, and like get this finish. So I love those odds. I love that bet. That's probably what I'll ride with as well too, because I just feel like that's his personality. He knows he can grind it out if he has to, but I don't think that's what he wants to do. He's going to go in there, try to get the submission or end it soon. But like I just feel like his personality, he wants the fans to be excited about his fights.
100%. Is that dangerous, Agin, for Merab to maybe steer away from what's got him here in the first place and go to some place that he really hasn't been with somebody who's very, very dangerous?
Oh yeah, that's real dangerous, especially against Petr Yan, you know, because he's got those knees and he might be timing Merab's takedowns. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a much closer fight than the last one, you know, but Merab's confidence, it's at an all-time high right now, you know. He's the face of the UFC, connects with all the fans, you know, so this will be big for the UFC.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. I am just going to have to disagree with my good friend Taylor here and say the fight goes to a decision. That is a bet that will be part a lot of my parlays because, I just think Merab sticks to the game plan. He's one of the few people that does. And I'm looking at Petr Yan's stats here. He hasn't had a finish since 2020. That is quite a long time for a guy to go without a finish. But the beautiful part about all this, it will be settled on Saturday from Las Vegas, Nevada. The final pay-per-view, the end of an era. Everything will be going to Paramount. But be sure to not go anywhere because we'll be breaking down that Paramount card.
A parlay.
And before we go, we put together a parlay. This is the absolute last parlay of the pay-per-view. Ryan, tell the people what we cooked up.
All right, so we got a big in here. So we got under 4.5 rounds for the Merab Yan fight. We got Brandon Moreno money line. We got Barboza money line, and then we have Pantoja by submission. So this is a 4-leg. It's a plus 7,397. We put $20 on it. It's gonna get you $1,500.
Let's go. Let's go.
This one in.
I just wonder how many entries into the fullhouse.io sweepstakes that will buy you.
Exactly.
You get in a house. All right, but be sure to not go anywhere because we are breaking down the upcoming Paramount cards, so stay tuned.
Thank you for watching. Before you go, subscribe, like, and drop a nice comment. It really helps us push this out to more fight fans. And stick around. This channel is packed with UFC, NFL, and all the other sports' best betting picks, full breakdowns, fighter and athlete interviews. You're going to love what's next.
This segment is brought to you by fullhouse.io, where $5 could win you a house in Congress Park. It is a fully legal real estate sweepstakes with secure escrow, Stripe checkout, and even a cash option if you win. I have tried it myself, and it only took seconds. Hit up fullhouse.io, check out the house, and grab an entry. No purchase necessary.